Greetings, everyone. This is me again, Zara Bizar, continuing from my previous live stream. Contradictions, Quran ayat, Surah 37, ayat 104, and Surah 42, ayat 51. Okay, sorry, my sound is on the other tab. Okay, so like I said, form is not bad because in the Quran ayat also Allah says, I created. What made you? Allah said, oh Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to that which I created with my hands? A creation of God with hands. Okay, not a manifestation, but a creation with my hands. Were you arrogant then? What is important here is, or were you already among the haughty? So when the Hindus perhaps create the God with the two hands, it shows how humble. God is so humble that he accepts that creation of his in idol form. And remember, there are many words of God, right? Yet would the seven seas not be able to? And if the seven seas were ink and the trees what were pen, yet would the words of God not be spent? So I'm going like this because what can I do? It's a difficult case for these polities against the policy. So whatever is coming in my mind or whatever is coming to me through inspiration, foresight, insight, I'm saying this. Is there anything because so much is against the idol worshippers, and yet there's so many contradictions here in the Quran ayats and about one Allah. Anyone can exploit this one Allah now, who no one sees, who doesn't speak. So I explained in length. Now the form, if you reject this form, even Shaitan rejected it. Temporary, we are temporary. But if you look at your body as a temple that God has made with his two hands, Adam, and thus once he made us with his two hands, our forefathers. So what would you say about that? Even though temporary, but what God says that here, even though he says be and it is in Surah Yasin, he creates by saying be and it is from his divine will. Here Allah specifically tells Iblis that he created with his two hands, with his hands. Hands. How many? Oh yeah, both my hands. Pictorial translation of Surah Sad ayat 75. If this is not focusing on your screen, you can open the Quran to Surah 38, chapter 38 of the Quran, verse 75, ayat 70. Ayat 75. Surah Sad, right? And look at this. God created with his two hands something that is temporary. Even Adam died. But he created with his two hands. So you would say, why are you misguiding people if you say that? And Iblis, because Iblis gave a reason that I have been created from fire. Fire cannot die but can be extinguished by water, something, putting sand on it. If you're camping, you know how to extinguish the fire, camping fire, things like that. Put off the gas also if it's portable stove you have. So then you are being like Iblis, aren't you? By saying a form is gross, and I only bow to Allah. Iblis also bowed to Allah alone. The reason why he disobeyed Allah is when Allah told him to bow to Adam, which he has created with his own hands. So Allah gives a reason here that I created with my hands. So what prevented you from prostrating to that? Now imagine prostrating to a body. So that's why Allama Majlisi in his book says that when the Noor reached, when Allah put the Noor of Panjatan Pak on the hands, fingertips of Adam, then he asked them to bow down, things like that. Allama Majlisi explains in Hayatul Qulub. But here God says, I created with my two hands. Let me see how bad I am today. Surah Saad, ayat 37. Surah Saad, ayat 37. In my memory, Quran.com. And also the devils of jinn, shayatina. Why have I come here? How bad am I? Look at this. Surah 38, ayat 75. Oh God, Surah 38, ayat 75. Very bad. You can see how bad I am today. So my performance is low, but please give me a chance, right? I'm sorry about this. Memory is bad and all this. So I had to do some exorcism prayer. Allah said, "O Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to that which I created with my hands?" Didn't say to then, with my hands. Khalaq, created. Are you arrogant? So you can see the arrogance in some Muslims when they, against the polity. Oh, they believe in this and the linga and they laugh but we believe in one God. We would not do such thought to anyone. Who is Allah? The Creator, the one and only, the Qaim. Surah Ayatul Kursi in Surah Baqarah. Allah, there is no God but He, the living, the self-subsisting, eternal. They can walk out of Muji Baba's pointings. Oh, subhanallah, subhanallah. This is what Allah gave us. But He's telling Iblis and all the angels to bow down to what He has created with His two hands. That you cannot deny. Whether Allama Majlisi comes up with why He told. But here we have Allah saying in the Quran ayah directly to Iblis, oh Iblis, what prevented you from prostrating to that which I created with my hands? To that which I created. So even if it is the light of the Panjatan Park on Adam's fingertips coming out, whatever it is, but here, if you read, it says that, so don't depart from this, right? The Quran ayat. What did Rasulullah say? Shias, for the Shias, not the Sunnis. I leave behind you two weighty things. First is the Quran, the second is my itirat. And if you hold on to these two, you will never, 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 three times, go astray. If you hold on to these two, and the weighty one, the weightiest one is the Quran first, and then my itirat. So don't depart from the Quran ayats, Shias. He said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire. I'm better than him. Does it say light of Al Bayt? No, it doesn't say light of Al Bayt. It says, I am better than him. Min who? Min who? Min who? And Allah also breathed into Adam his spirit. But here we are about making form, creating form with his two hands, a human being who is now walking, talking, flesh and blood. Except Iblis, he waxed proud and became one of the unbelievers. I'm going up. What did Allah say here? Shias. So when I have proportioned him and breathed into him of my soul, then fall down to him in prostration. Okay, breathing into him, my spirit could come from light. Even Allah is light, we are told in Surah Nur, ayat. Allah is the light of the earth and the heavens. Proportioned him. And what is teen? Proportioned him, formed him. When I have proportioned him.
سويته.
Sawaytuhu. Right? This means proportioned him, given him shape. And when Iblis says, I'm jumping now, except Iblis, he was arrogant and became among the disbelievers. Angels prostrated themselves, all of them together. Ek sajda Allah ka nahi hai. Angels and angels were told to prostrate to him. Who? Not Allah. They were already prostrating. So here comes your arrogance. You see, Muslim arrogance. And maybe cognitive dissonance. Because you've been deceived. We see in Hindus so much humility. They have Shiva, they have the consciousness, they have Namata, Napita. No parent do I have, no guru, nothing. That is the formless God, Shiva, or Brahma, the creator, the formless, the supreme. So if you miss this, maybe you miss, your ego will come out, then you will do mischief of all kind. You will, think that this is, you have been given the best. And this is the one and only truth, the creator. And your arrogance will come out. We are the best, Surah Baina. You are told you are the best. He said, I'm better than him. You created me from fire and created him from clay. So what is the best? You know what is written about Surah in Surah Teen? I created man with the best of clay. Let's see how it says. I created man with the... You will lose out. Clay is even said in the Quran ayat is the best. 23:12, Surah 20. Okay, Surah 23:12. ayat 12. Surah Momin, Noon. I was going to Surah Teen. Okay. And certainly did Allah saying in His sovereignty, we create man, or created man of an extraction of clay. Okay. Is it the best? We created man. Now, notice, he doesn't say to Shaitan that I just said be and it is. There are methods he's talking about. Because when he asked Shaitan, why did you not prostrate? Shaitan said, you created me from fire. Allah in return is saying, but you are arrogant because I created him with my two hands. If you don't see this body as the best creation of Allah, although there's an ayat that the universe, what does man think he is? Universe that I have created is the best, above humankind. Who will inherit paradise? They will dwell therein forever. Certainly, we created man from an extract of clay, then we placed him in a sperm dropper. No, the best of clay. What? Best of clay? Did I say this? Therefore, we made and we created man from a quintessence of clay. Did I say best of clay? No. Sorry, if I said that, certainly we did create man from an extract of clay. Okay, not best. Okay, best of clay. Make these mistakes, clay. It's the best of clay. Sounding clay. And we did certainly create man out of clay from an altered black mud into shape. Okay, altered black mud. Here it says black mud, altered, changed, black mud. So where is now that ayat I'm looking for? Let's go to Surah Deen. Oh God. This is clay, right? Fig. It's a fig tree. Okay, it's close to clay by the fig and the olive. And by Mount Sinai and by a secure city. We have certainly created man in the best of stature, best mold. You see this? Surah 95 verse 4, which Google search was not giving me. So, wasted time. I should have come here. We have a best ahsan, right?
أحسن.
Ahsani. Sunny. Oh, sorry. The queen mold. Best. So I'm not misguiding you by saying that. Look at this. Best mold God created you with. Adam. But now this is the best mold we are created from. Origin of this is best. So when someone carves their God with their two hands, who would come down and prostrate? Okay, the someone is not God himself. But we will see about that later. For now, I think I've contemplated enough about this that angels were bowed to Adam, not God. I mean, they already were bowing to God. They were commanded to bow to Adam when he has created him. And then he has created him in the best of clay with his two hands. And that's what he told Iblis. What prevented you when I have... Not that he breathed into him my soul. He doesn't say that. He only says, what prevented you... Right, where is it? And Iblis says, well, he doesn't say that I breathed my spirit into him. And that's because the spirit of Allah is breathed into Adam to animate him, to make him move and all this. Give life to him, life. Life. It's very important. But even the creation of him without life, like created with my hands, Maybe this also has life, this body, temporarily you would say. You see, because Allah said, O Iblis, what prevents thee from prostrating thyself to one whom I have created with my hands? Oh, there's some prayers going on in the background. So this, you see, I cannot, maybe just give it some rest. I keep coming here because of certain problems I have. I cannot carry on for a long time right now, today. So let me just take another break, I guess. Sorry about this. And if you have, struck the bell icon, I apologize for that. So what's now, what is, no, I have to reach a conclusion about this. You see, the contradictions in the Quran ayats about this, that Allah called out to Ibrahim, and that it is his divine will, Imam Ali would say, and not spoken in words or not a whisper, not even silently conveying, calling out, Nada. What is Nada? Then you come to Surah Maryam ayat, and then what is that Allah says in, what is the verse here, right? That I do not speak to men except from behind a curtain. Where's that at? 42, Surah 42, ayat 51. It is not possible for a man that he should receive the message of Allah except either by inspiration or from behind a curtain, or Allah sends angels, and the angels bring the message of Allah, whatever Allah wishes. Verily, Allah is high, omniscient. So if you say the sound came from God knows where, because it was a curtain, because of course you can't see God. The sky is a curtain or the space is a curtain. But he did, speak out. Okay, so it says here that he does, it is not possible for a man that he should receive the message of Allah. So however he receives the message of Allah speaking to him, communion with him. So this I need to look at it. I haven't finished with this completely. Like, how would you say that Allah called out to Abraham? All this, you see, it's not clear enough for us. Even through the Imams, I found not clear enough. So I feel so deceived, so betrayed, I cannot tell you. So I'm not finished with this ayat completely in detail. Like, our Imams should have been here to explain in detail everything. Like we were told, Imam Ali used to say, Saluni, Saluni, and the people would ask him stupid questions and all this. But now I tell you that I found this from, Hitchens, what's his name? Islam is Stupid on YouTube. I found this, really, you should. I don't mean to, Islam is stupid. I don't mean to mock, but, where was it? What's his name? Hitchens, S. Sorry if I so bad a memory. Hitchens, yeah, explains Islam and why it is so stupid. You see, but don't think that because a foreigner is saying this that I would get a low self-esteem and this and that. No. However it is, I come broken here, make myself a fool at times. You would say, what a stupid person she is. She doesn't even know. Do you know the difference between the intellect and the spirit? She doesn't know the difference between this and that. you would even criticize the atheists like this. Let me do it. I will criticize the atheists. Proud. Me proud. Very dignified. No, no, no. That in CAS, I was very sober and dignified. And my friend they used to think maybe I'm a bossy, very, proud person. No nonsense. Okay, so, but I learned to laugh at some things and myself. God, God taught me. So, let's see now. Where shall I? Oh, it stopped. It stopped. Thank God they heard. No, no, they didn't. Oh, I can carry on now. So, who will come for 1 hour, 2 hours? I'm giving my life to this, right? Every day it's 5 hours, 6 hours. Day break, break. Are you so passionate about this, Muslims? What did we miss? This was my question to God and myself. What have I missed in this religion that I keep doing wrong? What have I missed? I want to be troublesome, not troublesome, right? If I be a good person, then, it's, I have to give the best too, because then the guilt comes and all this. So why is God not even hearing my prayer that I want to be a good person? Please bless me. Please, I have no strength to go towards prayer even every day and all this. But God didn't hear me. It's okay. Well, some would say, don't complain. So where have I gone wrong? Okay, so from there it also started my questioning about this religion, but from childhood. As whatever I came to know, like there were these cases, people I came across, thinking about them, how I should deal with, what is the best way, how should we, all this, solve the case, solution to this. If this is so, I remember my grandparents' house in the bathroom. Oh my God. I remember talking, no, thinking, debating. That's when I said, I was very small. I said that, no, oh, Mimi used to wash me. So I was a little bit bigger then. Mimi was not in the bathroom with me. My grandaunt, when used to go to my grandparents' house, I was very small. She had to wash me. But when I learned myself, then, sorry, so I was alone in the bathroom, contemplative thinking, debating about cases, so like that. I just want, you see, I need to get to the root of the problem here. And this hasn't fully satisfied me. It remains unclear about polytheists. And I now see how he has the one God, the creator, then my inclination would go towards Brahma and Shiva, cursing Brahma. Because you see, you can, in every other ayat here, you can see how the creator says, I'm the creator, I'm the creator. Worship me alone, worship me alone. But up there in the high assembly, he's asked, and everything bows to me, everything bows to me. But then why did you command the angels to bow to Adam? They can do sajde ho gaye. In the high realm, Allah commanded, you would say. Yeah, but Allah commanded, of course. But what was his command in the high realm? To the angels, to bow to, not to him at that time. At that time. So time, I salute you, like Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji also said some years ago, I saw on his Facebook. He's making this man for time. For that time, angels saluted him. Angels, bowed down to him. For that time. So we've got it all wrong. We have been deceived thoroughly, with a thorough deception. It's a very difficult work for me. It's been ages. If anyone said anything about an ayat, Quran ayat, they would be killed. If they publicly spoke about it, if they were given 3 days, even the Shia 12ers, to ponder over this. So this is one of a kind. And I'm much, 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 much grateful to the one who has given me the time to do this, and to social media, YouTube, Facebook. Yes, there are times I get very, very angry. Because you see, my heart is, sorry, I don't mean to make excuses, but I felt my energy was not flowing with Ahl al-Bayt. Many things I've felt injustice done to human beings, oppressed, right? So it hurts me and it makes me very angry. And then you've killed apostates at times, and you're asked, Imam Ali is asked to be stern with the apostates, hypocrites who leave Islam. According to the Shia tafsir on that ayat, Allah will bring those who love Him. So all this, the sternness of Imam Ali, the desertion of Muslims, since we criticize this religion, so alone I felt it was like it was a, what do you call it? Very difficult work, very, very difficult. So I'm finding words, but of course, I'm not good at finding words to express and to explain here. Even about my case, I'm not that great, not that good. People have gone where not. So, just imagine Karachi American School, a friend of mine, she came from Sharjah. She put that blame on me, but she was not thrown out of Karachi American School. On seeing a man, going to see a boy, right? In her free period. Somehow I was thrown out. Oh, sorry, I left. And then they said, but I was asked not to participate in PE, physical education. Can you imagine where she must have reached now? This person, right, reminds me of her on YouTube. There's this level, soul level. And this man, he's a man, soul level. Look at his English. But when I look closely at this person, Next Level Soul podcast, you've got people coming, interviewing this young man who looks like the friend I had in a Karachi American School. She joined in 7th grade, high school. You have great people. Yesterday, I was Unforgettable Journey to Heaven Without Dying. Watching this, I liked William J. Peters, the author of, to heaven. What is his book's name? I've forgotten, sorry. And the interviewer looks like that friend of mine who came from Sharjah and joined in high school, Karachi American School. I mean, the English, their explanation, amazing. And I fell back due to, but I don't regret it. I don't regret it, and I don't covet. We don't covet, but this is very important for me. Like, in London, what was happening to me, I was like, God, please pass me for my mother's sake. Not because, people do it, every kind of people come here. They struggle, they may fail, but they repeat, they do it, they pass. Please don't let me fail. Please let me get the degree for my mother's sake. For my mother's sake. So like that, and then I had someone telling me that, oh, people only you and your mother fall back. We don't this and we don't taunting us. Then you know how our people are. They taunt you on your weakness. And once I really wanted to go back home. And then I had already said this to God about my mother. Please let me do this for my mother's sake. Then the man who was there, Hassan Khan, and I just mentioned it in the smoking room, his girlfriend was there. We had gone out before we broke up. So he told me, no, you don't go back, giving me his own life experience. Like, just because I left my mother's place and I'm the black sheep of the family, the people ring up my mother, her friends and this and that, society, He didn't say it like that, but he said, people are going to, because they will ring up your mother and say, only ask about you. So I felt, because I prayed to God, God, okay, then again I had a change of mind. And then again it was like God speaking to me, telling me in the smoking room. God was in the smoking room with his girlfriend. Oh, people are going to laugh at me for that. God was in the smoking room with his girlfriend. It is in disguise. Good morning again. A very good morning to you, Salahuddin. Very, very good morning to you. So, any questions here? Anything I have failed, I know I may have failed to explain properly. Contradiction. Salahuddin, do you see this? Oh God, don't tell me with you. I should not be asking you because I don't know why you don't see the contradictions, not explain properly things in the Quran ayats. We are left even with imams being present at all times after Prophet Muhammad. We have not been explained things completely properly. So I was going to do a topic on, Rasulullah, Prophet Muhammad, at his time. I thought, what shall I say? I say, we want heaven on earth. So there's peace for moments. What is promised, right? But then came those things that there are. Did you discuss Islam with any of your relatives? I assume them to be Shias. Yes, yes, I have. That's a very personal thing. I cannot bring this out here. Why do you want to know this? What is important here is that you look at what don't deviate from the topic. Don't go to my relatives, right? Point here is Salahuddin brother. No, they are not interested in this, right? Has anyone changed his mind concerning Islam? No, they all are not interested. And you can see very few people coming here. And what would happen to them if they said they were interested? Living in the UAE, what would happen to them? Can you tell me what will happen to them? Now, what is important for you here, are you concerned about who heard me or who didn't hear me? That makes you really a low person. Why are you interested in others? Salahuddin, my relatives. What is going to happen to them? Even as Shias, if they said, we are interested. My male brothers, what will happen to them? Execution. Or what is the law in UAE for apostasy? And then what if the sheikh sends us to Shia or Kaf? Even in Shia Islam, it is illegal for Muslims, with apostates from Islam facing a maximum sentence of the death penalty under the country's anti-blasphemy law, Wikipedia. This is what happens to those who dare to challenge Islam. Do you think any relative would even come near this? Or hear me? Or would be interested? Even if just to hear me. You won't allow it in the UAE even, nor in Shia Islam. What is the law of apostasy in Iran? Because Iran is a Shia country. As a result, the Iranian judiciary is empowered to bring apostasy charges based on its interpretation of Sharia law. While the Quran does not explicitly state that apostasy should be penalized, the majority of Islamic jurists agree that an apostate is to be put to death. Here we go, right? Why do you think I have so many followers here? If I was in America or Canada or Australia or Britain, I would have so many followers that God knows where I would have been. But here we're scared. Whether in Iran, in Pakistan, where I belong to, and UAE. I just wanted to see the impact you as a free thinker have on them before the public. I don't have that impact, but there are ex-Muslims who do. Abdullah Samir. Why do you want to target me only? But don't worry, There are ex-Muslims out there. They're in Canada. There's apostate prophet. I have very less impact, very less. Since I don't even know who sent you here and who you really are. Are you in the UAE as a Saudi Arabian? I know someone who got married to a Saudi Arabian in the UAE. I have enemies here. I've had enemies jealous of me since in Karachi, we were living in Karachi. Of course, they would not want this impact. Anyways, the jealous friends, jealous family members. They would want to discourage the living daylights out of me. The day I was shopping, my father had, put me in this habit of wearing dresses. And on my birthday, 1983, I had these jealous friends who joined this family. Their sisters had, and they talk and all this. They were so jealous that they couldn't see me change 3 times on my birthday. And thank God I did, because Miss Disa was there. I think UAE is relaxed when it comes to Islam. They are the most relaxed Islamic country. I see. Still, really? But here I got that UAE. I don't think so. But UAE can change its laws. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't know. So, you think, or are you sure about this? No, the people are telling me from India and everyone, they come and they even Christian, please be careful, sister. There was a comment on my live stream last time, a brother, Christian brother. His name is Christian, I don't know, but he was saying, please be careful, may you remain safe, God bless you, and all this. So we don't know what would happen. Apostasy in the UAE. Well, the so I want to help. Apostasy is a crime in the United Arab Emirates. In 1978, UAE began the process of Islamizing the nation's law after its Council of Ministers voted to appoint a high committee. Apostasy is a crime in the United Arab Emirates. So what is the punishment for it? Currently, there are 6 nations that maintain the death penalty for apostasy. Only Malaysia, Maldives, Qatar, Somalia, United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. What? Let's see the. Cancel this. It's a. Oh God, what is this? Well, I don't know, but I'm much grateful to those who haven't killed me or as yet. Death penalty consensus progress and setbacks. Numerous human rights organizations have. But why is the case like this? Why is it relaxed now in the UAE? What happened? Do you have any idea? The nation being essentially theocratic Okay, it's a bit relaxed now. Do you have any idea why you think why UAE is relaxed in this? So, well, the UAE may be relaxed, but the thing is that I don't know about the Shia Awqaf here, whether, you know, maybe Sheikh Muhammad will look at, isn't sister? What isn't sister? Salahuddin, can you be more clear? Sorry, brother, now please look at this. Oh, it makes me so sad. It just brings my spirits so low because freedom. You see, my mother was lenient in this. I cannot have people imposing hijab on me. And I was a sports person. From childhood. I used to play with boys and all this. I just cannot have this. And my father put me in Karachi American School. It was a boy-girl school. I can't have people imposing their religion on me and telling me you have to pray and things like that. It's suffocating. I'm not born in this kind of Islamic. Because you see, I think my mother's family, they came from alcohol, prostitution, no hijab, woman empowerment, all and more are allowed in UAE. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Prostitution is not legally allowed, but they give a blind eye to it. Alcohol is allowed in the UAE for foreigners. So I'm not an alcoholic. I don't drink alcohol. It's not good for me. So it's allowed, but they're very health conscious, the Arabs. They are relaxed. Yes, even like pork is allowed for the foreigners in the supermarkets, but Muslims are not allowed to go to that site. Like, but we can buy pork. Like when my Christian friend's mother wanted pork from Dubai, when I was in Dubai some time ago, I bought it for her. Like one piece, I got it, and then took it to Pakistan, Karachi. At first, I was like, oh God, I don't know how I'm going to buy this from the Dubai supermarket when I was in Dubai for a visit or renewal of my passport. They are relaxed, yeah, they are relaxed. That's really great to see that. Uh, I hope they are sincere about this and they continue with this. So we can have some free mind people who can. It would be unfair to be so strict, about everything. But in Sharjah, the homosexuals are still, it's a crime. Sharjah is more strict than Dubai. So is this in the whole of UAE? Because I heard that Sharjah was strict. They wouldn't allow women to go out in shorts and not wear something like like even knickerbockers. But if this is really good, I think not about prostitution. Like I'm against human trafficking, prostitution, and I'm not sure if I'm for alcohol at all. I'm not at all for alcohol. Uh, no hijab, very good, thank God. Women empowerment, excellent, outstanding. No hijab, outstanding. Women empowerment, Her Highness Sheikha Fatima has done a lot on that, right? Her Highness Fatima, Sheikha Fatima bint Mubarak al-Kitbi on women empowerment and all this. More are allowed in UAE. I see, like now you can live in things like that. That's uh, it's in the wisdom that they allowed this. They're wise leaders, sheikhs, right? But some of the things really nice that laws are relaxed. I'm so grateful I cannot say because then I would have suffocated to death. Uh, hope let's keep our fingers crossed that it's going to be like we can do this on social media and not be harmed or afraid of being harmed or discriminated against. Because you see, I'm here for human welfare. And yes, Sharjah is known for its religious. Sheikh and Sharjah TV is all about Islamic content. Really? But there's a radio, Sharjah radio is really good. They have very like songs, very nice English songs and all this coming, and very nice talk. It's not all about religious Islamic content. There's a radio, Sharjah radio. I found it very forward, modern. You see this on online. It's not all religious content. I mean the Arabic TV. Oh, you mean only the Arabic TV? Yeah. But no, Sharjah's radio was quite modern. So that's really great. You see, the reason why I want to help Muslims to leave this religion. You see the reason why? Because this religion doesn't allow that much freedom to even their own women. And it's against, there's no freedom. You weren't here when I was reading Baba's ayat. So he said that to New York Times that Islam, you know, there's freedom in Islam. But freedom and Islam don't go together. According to the Quran ayats, I don't see. Even the Shia thing I took, Imam Hussein saying, I don't know whether the saying is authentic of Imam Hussein. And I showed that freedom and Islam don't go hand in hand. You can see that live stream of mine. What else is there? So I'm very lucky that this has happened. Otherwise, it's like, not to have that freedom of thought. I have found many things, and like you can't believe in this Prophet Muhammad. You see, before even believing in Allah, one God, you need to believe in Prophet Muhammad too, because the Quran came on him, his heart, by the trusted spirit. You need proof. We need proof beyond reasonable doubt. I was a Shia. I would not have left this religion because I'm for the oppressed. I felt Imam Hussein stood for the oppressed. To my great shock, I found otherwise. I can't speak about this. I've well, this at this moment, sorry, there's some things still. Sometimes I do give warnings to see Shia Sayyids even against apostasy. So what if I was saying on Facebook recently to Shia Sayyids, those who have meted out punishments against apostasy? What if I prove that Shia Islam is wrong? Will you start punishing yourselves, each other? What injustice has been done in the name of God, in the name of religion? And this religion, you see, this religion, one, we had problems with Imam Jafar Sadiq's son, a split in Shia Islam. Now, you will jump to some saying that Shia anyways are not Muslims. Shias anyways are not Muslims. Shia Islam is not Islam and things like that. So I don't want to get into that with you because you can't even, please, you need to see, accept reason. Our reason is punctured at times, God says here. And the reasoning of Abraham also about the idol worshipping, can they speak? But can Allah speak? And if it says here in this ayat that Allah called out to Abraham, Imam Ali says no. Perhaps even the Sunnis say no in their tafsirs. That God could not have called out like this in voice, but sending a divine will or command. But then the Quran ayat says, yes, he called Allah, we called out to Abraham. The Quran has specified as the book, has been specified as the book as well as the word of or sentence of Allah. The book and the word are the vehicles of thought and will. When the expression of thought or will or both are written, giving stability and simultaneity to the components, it is a book, whereas the word is only the spoken expression. Although the expression, whether written or spoken, is attributable to the knowledge and the ability of the author or speaker, it is absurd to refer to the work of the author or speaker as his attribute, because knowledge or ability and not its outcome is the attribute. In normal sense, the word is produced by highly organized functions of the vocal organs of living beings, and the book is the result of the elaborate labor of man's hand, pen, paper, and ink, etc. This does not apply to the word in the book of Allah. According to Imam Ali ibn Abu Talib, the word of Allah is not a spoken expression in the sense of sound, but is a divine will. But it is still a word, and it is limited, right? There was Jesus. This was a word of Allah that Mary accepted, and it's written, Jesus is the word of Allah, Isa al-Masih, but it's still limited. He said, it is not a sound that strikes the ear, nor a voice to be heard. Verily his words are his work, originated by him. But they are still limited. So all this great eloquence and explanations, intellectual and well put and all this, don't get deceived by all this. Still the word is limited. Isa was limited, had a limited lifespan. Isa was taken, Prophet Muhammad had to come. Even Isa al-Masih says that I have to go for the Spirit, for someone, the Paraclete to come. Now you see this, that in Surah, where is it? Surah Sad. No. What is this now? Surah 37. Let me again open this. You see here it says that Allah, what do you have to say? Let's see. Oh God, help me. I hope I don't get upset. frustrated, helpless years of injustice. So slowly telling you, we called, it's a nada. Nada meaning, what is the call? Surah Maryam, Hazrat Zakaria, nida, nada. It's a call. We, Allah says we, in His sovereignty, call to Him. So this is 104 of Surah Safat, called nada. It says here, look, right? Now, what do you say about this? Ooh, I'm going into indoctrination. Please, don't go into your indoctrination. What do you say about this now? Where's that one? Allah does not speak. Do you agree to what Imam Ali has said, the Shia commentary? Allah does not speak. Isn't this a contradiction? Now a challenge is coming. Please don't see this as a challenge. I may have said in my that this is a challenge. Now you are, this is not a debate for you to win. Brother, think of the welfare of human beings. Think of freedom of rights. Think of what Baba Zayed said. And I proved him wrong, and I proved Imam Hussein wrong too. That it's freedom. What is freedom? Even Baba Zayed says, for freedom, Allah does not speak except to any man, except, let's just, what is this ayat? 42, Surah 42, ayat 51. And it is not for any human being that Allah should speak to him, except illa, by revelation, wahi, or from behind a partition. How? They say in dreams. Or that he sends a messenger, angels, like the trusted spirit, brought this to the heart of Prophet Muhammad, by his permission, what he wills. Then why does Allah say here, we called out to? We called to him. O Abraham, in it's put in brackets, and there's not a closed bracket here because, you see, Allah doesn't, like Allah says, O Abraham. In Surah Taha, Allah says, O Moses. And this is like in quotation marks. This is a speech. Why have the translators put it like this? You have fulfilled the vision. Now close bracket in 105. So this, tell me please, anything, do you need me to show you again and again? Please let me know, because you know what idol worshipping, what anything but freedom. What did Baba Sahib say? Since you brought UAE up, oh Sheikh Said. So I have to show to the UAE also, help them come out of this. You see, we had even His Highness Aga Khan has brought very advanced changes in reformation in Islam. This was New York Times in April 1997. They had interviewed Baba Zayed. So Baba Zayed replied, "Why should we abandon a system that satisfies our people? That's okay. In order to introduce a system that seems to engender dissent and confrontation." This is the very, Islam is the very thing that engenders dissent and confrontations. Our system of government is based upon our religion. You see, Islam. That is what our people want. Okay, if the people want it, that's okay. Who am I to say anything? But I will. No, no. They want this. I'm not forcing them out of Islam, but I have given them a choice. It's not like Islam. If you don't believe in it, we will deface your faces, since this message is in the previous scriptures. Not that in any way this Islam says that it's not in the previous scriptures. So the Torah is right, the Gospel is right. It's come after the Gospel and the Torah, and it's saying about Abraham in Ali Imran. What is it that, how can you dispute, both of you, about Abraham when the Gospel and the Torah, the Torah and the Gospel came after him? Then who are you to tell us? Who are you to tell us about Abraham, that he was a Muslim, or whatever he was, whoever he was? When the Quran, you have come after, revelation to you has come after the revelation to Musa and Isa. Thus, the Gospel, the Torah and the Gospel have come before you. So that way of Allah reasoning, giving it to Ahl Kitab, is also wrong, apart from the other ayahs. We have already said that our people should voice their demands openly. We are all in the same boat. They are both the captain and the crew. That's really good. Great. Absolutely fine. Our doors are open for any opinion to be expressed. And this is well known by all our citizens. It is our deep conviction that Allah has created people free and has prescribed that each individual must enjoy freedom of choice. No, he has not. So even Baba Zayed was deluded about Islam. Like I would say His Highness Al Khan has been, and the Shias and the Muslims. No one should act as if they own others. That's very great. But Prophet Muhammad did. What your right hands possess, as Allah did. There are certain types of women whom you can possess with your right hands. What does it mean? Ownership, right? And freedom of choice, Baba said, I wish I could. My humble this thing is that no, Islam doesn't have, either you are a disbeliever or you are a believer. Either you're the best of creatures or you're the worst of creatures. Either you will go to heaven or to hell. Freedom of choice, even Zainab bin Judge didn't get for a marriage. We are told in the tafsir of Surah Azab, verses 36 to 37. It was forced marriage for Zainab bin Judge. Freedom of choice in Islam? No way. Before we deface your faces? To Ahl Kitab, you remember that, what have you said? That this is good for the hereafter? Then again you have contradicted yourself by saying that. Before we deface your faces, you said Islam gives freedom, right? Also you, that are not violently compelling people or threatening them in the beginning. And then when I came to this verse, you said, before we deface your faces. You said what? What did you say that deface your faces? You said that this is good for the hereafter for them? so that they shouldn't go in the hellfire? So then you're again contradicting yourself and saying violence is good. Then some Muslims can even follow the messenger's ways and do this violence. But on the, like, violence is good to convert people to Islam. First you said no, there's no violence in Islam in conversion cases, right? Converting them. Do not compel. There's no compulsion in Islam. Then you're saying that here in this Quran ayah, compulsion, threat, this is a compulsion by force. They're being threatened to no extent, defacing faces. It's physical. Then you said this is used. Please, do you see? No. This one, Surah Nisa 119. And I will mislead them, and I will arouse them sinful desires, and I will command them. What's this? Before we deface your faces, where's that? 47. Surah Nisa 47. Are you afraid of, what are you? You have contradicted yourself in this. In the beginning you said, no, I don't believe in killing people and converting people by force. So here, in Surah Hashar, as you said, am I going to fast? They broke the pact, they opposed the Prophet, they attempted assassination on Prophet Muhammad. That's why the houses were broken. You gave that all excuse for breaking those people's houses, Yathrib people's houses. Here you gave the lame excuse, but you see here it doesn't say they broke pacts or they attempted assassination on Prophet Muhammad. Here it's purely on people of the book. O you who were given the scripture, believe in what we have sent down, confirming that is which is with you. It's saying confirming that is with which is with you before we obliterate faces. Physically obliterate, deface, deform your faces. Finish them, like the back. You know the back, the tafsir, read the tafsir. Read your own tafsir on this ayat. Surah Nisa ayat 47. So now where are you? Do you see yourself contradicting yourself here? It doesn't say they broke any pact or they attempted any assassination on Prophet Muhammad. Neither the tafsir says this. Since you took the tafsir in Surah Hashar of opposing Allah and the Messenger. Neither does it say that they, but it, because they were not Muslims, they were Ahl Kitab. They have not broken a pact. They have not promised to be Muslims and help. If Surah Fat against the Badouans, you would say something also. They have not been hypocrites. This is a direct threat to them to convert, since in your books this is mentioned. So convert violently, telling them, threatening them that we would deface your face. Allah says we, right? And then I showed you in Quran ayahs where it says, no, you didn't hit, you did not strike, Allah struck them. Oh Prophet, you didn't throw, Allah threw. So don't tell me that there won't be any Muslim not taking this, that now it's on us, where the ayat says that It was not you who struck at them, who killed them, but it was Allah who struck them and killed them. And Prophet Muhammad, it wasn't you who threw, it was Allah who threw at them. Another point is that okay, you would say Allah, but it what? Deface them with what? When Muslim momins are told that it wasn't you who killed them, it was Allah, then the Muslims can even deface their faces. So threats given to them. So now what would you say? Do not depart from Quran ayats and do not overrule that Muslims can deface their faces here, even though Allah has said we deface your faces. Even though Allah has said here we deface your faces. And this is violence. Even if Prophet Muhammad was mentioned, whatever he's mentioning here in these ayats, do you think this threat is, wait a minute, how shall I put it to you? What you said was that we should not, meaning your Allah would not allow, right? Since you would not compel the people to come to Islam, meaning your Allah would not allow you to compel people to come to Islam, right? No matter what. Even for their own good in the hereafter. Right? In the beginning you said this. You meant this, right? Now you have changed your opinion. If you say that no, you don't believe that Allah would use force to come. Allah would, in Islam there's no force. But you don't believe that Allah would use force, even though Islam is the best religion, the truest religion, the true religion, the one and only true religion. Even for the hereafter, the best for the society, for the whole world, for the universe, for their own good. You said it in the beginning, before I came to this ayat. You said, no, you don't agree. Islam is of force. Islam is a religion of force, violence, aggression. Now, which ayat are you going to give me against this one? What reason, what tafsir are you going to give me? What hadith are you going to give me against this? Try to explain, make excuses. What opinion of yours are you going to give me against this forceful conversion? Breaking of pacts? What? Please give me. Why are you quiet here, Salahuddin brother? Now, how much? I give you a few seconds, a minute. Only one like here. Really, this is great for my great encouragement. No one is listening. And I don't know where from Saudi Arabia, who has sent you, that you contradict yourself and you make me go insane. I have to bang my heads on my heart is hurting, broken, said. Tell me, what have they done? It's only that they haven't, that in what, believe what? O you who have been given the book, believe in what we have revealed, confirming. It's only confirming what is with you. And they don't see it. And you better see it, because you're lying, you're hypocrites. Whatever you are bad, you're liars. confirming what is with you. From before that, we efface your faces. Oh, turn them on their backs or curse them as we cursed companions of the Sabbath. It doesn't say breakers of Sabbath. It says companions, ashab. It doesn't have to mean that they broke the Sabbath. They are not the Sabbath breakers. They are the companions of the Sabbath. If you say companions of, this is even wrong. Anyways, we're not going to go into this in detail. And is the command of Allah ever always executed? Executed in this world, whether the wrath is coming or what, and curse them, or okay, we efface, turn them on their backs, or curse them, or like we curse the Sabbath breakers. Turn them on their backs, or curse them as we curse the companions. Now you know the Christians cannot curse their enemies. Bless those who curse you. Jesus Christ has said. This is unfair to the Christians. But you mean the Jews only. But you mean Ahl Kitab here, and then you go on about the Sabbath breakers? Okay, the Christians believed in that. Now, but here. Let me say this properly. It does say before we efface faces. First thing, were they pact breakers, treaty breakers with Muhammad? Were they disrupting the peace on land between people? No. So you are wrong, Salahuddin, you're wrong. Please see this, you contradicted yourself. And many times have you been contradicting yourself. I mean, you're saying Mujadila verse 2, it's this, and God knows where you come from, please. You're not being honest with me. That's what makes me really hurt and angry. On this, you have told me something else. It's like a treacherous person. Okay? I hope you realize now your mistake and you amend your mistake. Because I don't see, I'm waiting for you to give me a reason. You haven't provided me with any tafsir, any other ayat, any explanation, why you contradicted yourself here. So I will let you be now and myself take a break because I need one. Thank you so much. I will be coming back later in the day to continue with this when I can. Maybe soon after, quite, sooner than you think. 1 hour and 29 minutes. My live streams are always this long, most of them. Okay, thank you very much. Or Salahuddin, I can come back and then we can start from the beginning. Please join me in the beginning so people can then see in the beginning because they don't want to go till the end, like listen to a live stream that's 1 hour and 30 minutes long. Thank you so much. Hope I become lucky. In the beginning, you come here and we can discuss this again.